Thank you for calling the Bombas Comfort Line. Bombas make socks, slippers, tees, and underwear made with the highest quality materials. Press 1 for comfort, 2 for style, 3 for donation. You chose style. Bombas has styles for whatever you enjoy. You can run in Bombas, lounge in Bombas, dress them up, dress them down, but always give back in Bombas. Because with every item purchased, another is donated. Bombas, comfort worth calling for. Go to bombas.com/audio and use code AUDIO for 20% off your first purchase. That's BOMBAS.com and use code AUDIO.
If you're navigating anxiety, depression, relationship challenges, postpartum struggles, or something else, you deserve care that meets you where you are. Grow Therapy is designed to help you find a therapist who fits your needs and supports the way you want to feel. They connect you with thousands of independent, licensed therapists across the U.S., offering both virtual and in-person sessions. You can search by insurance, provider specialty, treatment methods, and more to find a therapist who works for you. Whatever challenges you're facing, Grow Therapy is here to help. Sessions average about $21 with insurance, and some pay as little as $0 depending on their plan. Visit growtherapy.com/ACAST today to get started. That's growtherapy.com/ACAST. growtherapy.com/ACAST. Availability and coverage vary by state and insurance plan.
Welcome to Sober Awkward Top 10s. Your weekly dose of 10 things you didn't ask for, but you definitely need. It's a bit like therapy, but cheaper, less professional, and with probably a bit more chat about mine and Hamish's bodily functions. Hamish and I will be taking turns delivering sober truths, odd tips, and life updates you never ever knew you needed. So brace yourself, it's about to get very awkward. Come here, Sandy. Put that down. Down. Sandy. Oh my gosh, the dog has just run off with a yoghurt pot lid. That is not going to go down well. Sandy. That's a good girl. Good girl. Sorry, I have to edit this, won't I? Nobody wants to know about dogs and yoghurt pots on a Saturday morning. Here I am again, in my lounge, under a cosy blanket, because it's ever so cold here in Australia today. It does occasionally get cold. I probably have to wear a jumper about twice a year. It's terrible. I resent it. I'm here for your Saturday Sober Awkward Top 10. And today I'm going to talk about cravings, one of those terrible things that annoy all sober people, especially at the beginning. I like to call them kind of ghostly flashbacks from my previous slightly unhinged life. You see, I don't really get cravings anymore, which is brilliant. I'm not in that mode where I feel like I must drink or there's loads of cravings hitting my body every 2 minutes like bolts out of the blue. It just doesn't happen as much anymore. And that's the fantastic thing about sobriety. It does get easier the longer you do it. But this episode today is more for those people in those tricky first few months who are dealing with cravings all the time. For me, these days, they're more like little brain farts, fleeting flashes of who I used to be. They usually go like this. I've had a long day. The kids have probably been screeching like injured swamp donkeys. The dog's got something in its mouth like it just had then. And I think to myself, a cold beer would be quite lovely right now. But then I remember that's not me anymore. That's just a memory. A memory of the past version of myself, the one who thought unwinding meant necking rosé in the pantry while Googling, am I a bad mum? Yes, Victoria, you were a bad mum. But I would like to say I did give up drinking when my kids were very, very young, so hopefully they won't remember me being a lolloping mess. Actually, if you could see me now, I do look a bit like a lolloping mess. I'm wearing one of those massive Oodie things. Don't worry, I've got undies on. So now what do we do instead? Okay, so how do you distract yourself? Well, I go for a walk. I play a little solo Scrabble. Yep, against myself. No, I don't always win, which I can't really understand. I also distract myself by watching dodgy British crime dramas where someone's always politely being bludgeoned in a tea room or something over a packet of digestives and a bottle of HP sauce. Very English. And what I've learned to do with my cravings is just sit with them. I'm not like some sort of Zen master in a floaty linen. I'm more like a slightly overwhelmed woman trying not to cry into a packet of crumpets. But I sit with them and I let them pass through my body, and that takes some training. I literally just go and sit on the couch and go, right, I remember this is not who I am anymore. And I need to sort of reassert myself in those moments. I don't really call it a craving anymore. I call it a leftover brain blip or a memory of alcohol, because that's really what it was. It's my brain that is still wired. I associate alcohol with, for example, a Friday night, winding down from the week, or having fish with a glass of wine. It's these really common associations that I make that I have to remember that I don't do anymore. I don't see them as commands, and I certainly don't see cravings as a flaw. They're just my brain pinging an old reminder of that pint equals relief feeling. So I've made new reminders now. I go for a walk, which calms me down. I play Scrabble and I watch a crime drama. A crime drama, believe it or not, is my safe place. And it's about finding what distracts you from the booze. So think about it. Next time that little whisper shows up, that go on, you've earned it, naughty pixie on your shoulder, just remember it's not a craving. It's actually a memory of who you used to be. And you, my friend, are someone else now. So if you're struggling with cravings, then here are some other ways you can deal with them. A top 10 countdown. It's a bit like Top of the Pops about addiction. Doesn't sound so fun, does it? Anyway, let's get on with it. The sober awkward top 10 best ways to stop alcohol cravings. Number 1. Oh, am I doing backwards or forwards? I've got to go 10, haven't I? Oh my God, I'm going to confuse this. Even though these episodes have been really, really fun to write during the week, I am finding counting backwards and forwards. Forwards I'll probably be all right. I've done that a few times before, but I'm finding counting backwards much more challenging than we could have ever imagined. So I might just say next instead. I'll give it a go. Maybe that's going to be the amusing part of these episodes, is that I get it wrong every fucking time. Okay, number 10. Yes, number 10. Phone a friend, not a bartender. I think connection will beat that craving. Text someone that gets it. Just contact someone, whether they're in your house or a mate over the phone, or go for a walk with someone. Connection is going to be the best thing you can do to get those feelings out and tell a mate how you're feeling, especially a sober mate. Play the tape forward. I think that's what I'm going to get a tattoo of, one of those sort of 80s mixtapes. It's my favourite sobriety saying. Imagine where that first drink leads. That's what we mean by play the tape forward. If you were to have that drink, what would happen? Would it lead to 2? Would it lead to 3? Would it lead to you being hungover and having to start your sobriety all over again? The spoiler alert there is, think about the reality of your drinking. Was it a magical vineyard picnic? No. Or was it you rolling around on the floor with your knickers on your head? I mean, I know which one it was for me, and it certainly was the latter. Here's a good one. Stuff your face strategically. Cravings often mask hunger. Eat something. Have a pint of water. That always helps me. Eat everything if you want to. Then eat some more toast. I'm on keto at the moment, so I'm finding that almost impossible, to the point where I am still eating bread and butter. I'm not very good at diets. Anyway, don't do diets. They're a load of old bollocks. That's a good top tip from me. What are we on? 6? Something like that. Change your environment. Here you go. Step outside, stretch, relocate to the laundry area if you must. Go and put the bloody washing out. New vibe equals new headspace. And sometimes for me, that can be the difference between sitting on the couch and feeling the craving or walking over to the kettle and switching on and having a cup of tea. Just that movement will take you out of your own brain and you'll be thinking about something else. Okay, number 5, distract like your life depends on it. Scrub the grout in the shower. As if any of you are going to do that. Dance to 90s bangers. I've just bought myself a silent disco set. Do that. Go and put some bloody headphones and dance around the living room. Nothing better and more uplifting than the brilliant playlist. Name your houseplants. I think Lucy would have done that back in the old days. I've got Steve, Reginald, Kylie. They've all got different names. And actually, they're all dead. I should probably name mine after dead celebrities. That would probably be more apt. So basically, just do anything to distract yourself from that craving. Anything from that thought. It could be going to the toilet, going to the shops and doing your weekly grocery round. Just do something else instead of thinking about it. Number 4, replace the ritual. Fancy a drink, well, make it alcohol free. Rituals matter. Swap, don't scrap. What I mean by that is don't make it something you're not looking forward to. So if you are going to make a mocktail instead of a glass of wine, make it snazzy and yummy because otherwise you're not going to look forward to it in the end. And even things like mates going down to the pub, go somewhere else, meet them for breakfast, break all the drinking traditions that you used to have. Just change it up a notch. Do stuff that you've never done before. Sobriety is all about making new traditions. Number 3, move your body, even just a little bit. Walk, stretch, flail if you like. Starfish on the floor. Do whatever it takes. It shifts the energy. For me, that pounding of the pavements that I do every day, taking my dog for a walk, it really clears my brain. Sometimes I listen to a podcast, sometimes I don't. Actually, this week I read about something called the 12-hour walk. It's this movement where you go out in the morning at 6 o'clock and you come home at 6 o'clock at night on your own, no phones, nothing. You just take loads of water and some snacks. And it's supposed to be like a really good life-changing meditation. I'm not saying go for a 12-hour walk. Just go for a 1-hour walk or a half an hour walk. Just get into nature. For me, that's something that really helps. And that is not somebody I used to be. I didn't care about any sort of nature before. I didn't really care about leaves on trees or my plants or the ocean. I never saw any of those things because the only thing I saw was either the inside of a toilet or the inside of a pub or the pavement after being thrown out of a nightclub. I think the pavements and floors of Brighton are closer friends than the leaves and animals. Am I laughing at my own jokes? It's weird when you're recording a podcast on your own and you laugh at your own jokes. It's probably a bit abnormal. Anyway, we know that about me, don't we? Okay, number blah, 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 blah. Keep your why close. Now, on Sober Awkward, we often say, write down the reason why. My reason why to stop drinking and to never drink again was for my children. I wanted to break the cycle. So my why is always my kids. If I feel like drinking, I just think about my 3 children, their lovely, smiling, annoying faces. And I'm like, right, why would I ever drink again and miss out on this brilliant part of their lives? For you, it could be your kids. It could be your career. It could be that just alcohol wasn't working for you anymore. But you should have written down your why already. If you haven't, do it today. What is your main reason for giving up alcohol? Of course, for me, it was also anxiety. I could never, ever go back to that. I think if you have it written somewhere, you can grab it when that sort of brain fog creeps in and alcohol starts saying, hello, I'm here. You can sort of block it out by reading your reason why. And it's always good to have that. Number 2, I reckon we are. Remember, cravings aren't commands. Just because it shouts, it doesn't mean you have to listen. Now, this was a huge part of my sobriety, was realizing I'm in charge of my choices. It sounds silly to say it now, but for some reason I thought my group of mates were, or my family were, and I had to go along with the crowd. But of course it's the same with cravings. It's up to you whether you feel them or not. There was a brilliant chapter in William Porter's book, Alcohol Explained, where he sort of describes the thought that cravings are something that happen from outside of us and we have to sort of follow what they ask of us. But of course, it's us creating the need. And if you remember that, it means you have the responsibility and the power to say no to it and shut it down. So remember, it's not a command. You do not have to listen. And coming in at number 1, just tell the craving to piss off. I used to do this with anxiety when I just totally had enough of it when I was hungover. I used to lie in bed and say to the anxiety, come on, just come and get me, kill me, do whatever you like, just come and get me, and sort of invite it in. And it made me realize that that was never going to happen. It was my mind kind of spiraling out of control. And you can do the same thing, but the other way around with cravings. Just tell it to leave you alone and be really, really clear. Like you're putting a boundary up with somebody you don't like. Tell the craving to go away. Say it out loud and with some flair. Then carry on being your sober, awkward, unstoppable self. Because if you shut down that craving, it will give you the power to do it again next time. So that is one of the best tips I can give here. You are in control, and remember, you can tell that craving to do whatever you want it to. So there you have it. Cravings reframed as ghostly brain blips from your boozed, soaked past. You don't have to answer the door when they knock. Just nod, smile, and go back to your cuppa and your horrible British crime drama. Something gory, perhaps with Sarah Lancashire in, or a Scottish alcoholic detective. Actually, there seem to be quite a lot of those. I think the Met Office and the CIA might need to listen to a few sober, awkward top tens. I think most of the British constabulary are on the whiskey, actually. Anyway, no judgment, of course. We love a good crime story, even if they are all alcoholics. Thanks for listening, everybody, and I hope this episode helps you get through those cravings. See you next week on the top 10s. I better go and make sure the dog hasn't eaten the whole yoghurt. Can dogs eat yoghurt? If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
Do they have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?
I don't know, just write it on the...
Skip the gym, not the workout. With Hydro, you get a full-body workout in just 20 minutes, hitting 86% of your muscles in one smooth, low-impact motion. And now there's the new Hydro Arc, Hydro's most advanced rower yet. Arc introduces Hydrometrics, tracking your power, endurance, and precision every time you row, so you can actually see your progress. Go to hydro.com and use code ROW to get $100 off any Hydro rower, including Arc. That's HYDROW.com, code ROW.
Hey, it's Mark Marin from WTF here to let you know that this podcast is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. And I'm sure the reason you're listening to this podcast right now is because you chose it. Well, choose Progressive's Name Your Price tool, and you could find insurance options that fit your budget, so you can pick the best one for your situation. Who doesn't like choice? Try it at Progressive.com. And now, some legal info. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law. Not available in all states.
For adults with Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis symptoms, every choice matters. Tremfya offers self-injection or intravenous infusion from the start. Tremfya is administered as injections under the skin or infusions through a vein every 4 weeks, followed by injections under the skin every 4 or 8 weeks. If your doctor decides that you can self-inject Tremfya, proper training is required. Tremfya is a prescription medicine used to treat adults with moderately to severely active Crohn's disease and adults with moderately to severely active ulcerative colitis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya today. Call 1-800-526-7736 to learn more or visit tremfyaradio.com.
So, as you probably know, my comedy memoir, 1,000 Wasted Sundays, is officially out. All my magnificent fuck-uppery in one awkward hit. If you'd like to get your hands on a copy, it's now available from all good bookstores.
We always say all good bookstores, don't we?
Yeah.
Are there bad bookstores?
No, it's probably ones with moody sellers.
Oh, yeah, really depressed librarian folk.
Yes,
Okay,
good. So there are probably some, but we're only storing it in the good ones.
It's only made it into the goodies.
You can also get it from all good online retailers. The print version and ebook are out now, and the audiobook will be available in March. I've been writing my memoir for 5 years. It will make you laugh, cry and cringe, and hopefully inspire a few people to reconsider their relationship with booze. If you love the podcast, then I think you'll love the book, even if I do say so myself. Hamish has read it. What did you think?
I feel like I know a little bit too much about you now, to be honest, Vic. Look, I really loved it. It was hilarious and surprisingly moving, but I feel like I've seen you naked in a literary sense. Yeah. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's worrying.
Yeah. From an emotional point of view, seriously, it wobbled my teeny weeny wooden heart, Vic.
Okay.
My teeny little wooden heart.
Well, his wooden heart is broken. Anyway, so if you do manage to get your filthy mitts on a copy, please do me a favour and head to goodreads.com and give me a review. Doing that will help me get it out there to those that need a bit of sober support. So there you have it. My story, unwanted warts and all. Come and get awkward with me.
Not to be too demanding or anything, but seriously, go and buy it now.
Yeah, go and buy it. Go and buy it right now.
Yeah, don't just tell your friends, buy it, and then buy your friends one or two.
Yeah, don't give them a copy, buy it. Yeah.
And you know what? Don't be careful where you store it. If you lose it, you can always buy another 5.
Yeah, buy another one.
Yeah.